time for your featured presentation of Northeast Nebraska High School football on Riverfront Sports. Northeast Nebraska High School athletics are brought to you by the Bank of Hartington, Kaiser Ag and Irrigation, Avera, Moody Motors, Explorers Credit Union, Mount Marty University, Security Bank, Christensen Well and Irrigation, and Top Crop. Now we go live to the action for Northeast Nebraska High School football on KYN TV.
Well, coming to you live here from Hartington, Nebraska on KYN TV YouTube. Also Hot Country 93.1 Facebook, streaming live for Hartington Cedar Catholic football. The second half of tonight's doubleheader here on Riverfront Sports. I'm Tehl Tanner here in Hartington, Nebraska, as we are ready to roll here about 15 minutes away from kickoff, a 6:30 scheduled kickoff for Hartington Cedar Catholic and Tekamah-Herman. Couple of good teams. A 3-0 Cedar Catholic program that is currently ranked second in the state in the most recent coaches poll up against Tekamah-Herman, who is 2-1 on the season with a win over Ponca to start the season, 22-21. They did fall to West Point Beamer 35-0 in week 2, but then they get a win by forfeit over Oakland Craig last week. Basically turns into a bye week, but does add another win to the resume. So 2-1 Tekamah-Herman, 3-0 Cedar Catholic, ready to battle here in Hartington in about 15 minutes. Welcome into the pregame show here from Moody Motors. If you're looking for a new or pre-owned vehicle, check out the inventory at moodymotors.com or visit them at Moody Motors in Niobrara. This is part 2 of Double Homecoming here in Hartington, Nebraska, as the Hartington Newcastle Wildcats had their homecoming game just a little while ago, concluded about an hour ago, where they ended up getting a win over Niobrara Verdigris, 50-16. Was the final score of that one. Hartington Newcastle with a good victory here at home, winning on homecoming once again, and they advance to 4-0. Hartington Cedar Catholic trying to keep pace with the crosstown rival, different classes of course, but trying to get to 4-0 as well in their homecoming game. By the end of the night, both Hartington schools could very well be 4-0 and winning on homecoming. But Cedar Catholic's got to take care of business first against this Tekamah-Herman team. It's 69 degrees in Hartington, partly cloudy skies, and almost no wind to speak of. The flag on the flagpoles not moving in the slightest. Partly cloudy skies and that high temperature of 69. And once again, a kickoff scheduled for 6:30. The sun will go down in the late stages of this game. Beautiful weather for mid-September football. Once again, your pregame show courtesy of Moody Motors. If you're looking for a new or pre-owned vehicle, check out the inventory at moodymotors.com or visit them at Moody Motors in Niobrara. We're going to take a break. We're going to come back and take a look at some of the stats of this ball game. You're listening to Hartington Cedar Catholic football on KYN TV.
Farmers, are you ready to maximize your success this season? At Top Crop, they've got you covered with unbeatable deals and top quality products. Take advantage of true 0% extended terms with no discount sacrificed. Get flat acre pricing on corn for unbeatable value. Keep your corn clean and strong with Viptera corn and plant the industry's leading E3 and Extend Flex soybeans for the best yields yet. Don't wait. Visit topcropinc.com or give them a call today. Top Crop, where you grow more.
With so many choices for students out there, life can become quite hectic. From choosing the right school to managing your finances, it can be hard to keep it all in check. Bank of Hartington is here to help you take the worry out of your finances. Our free student club checking includes all the features and benefits you'll need to start life out on the right path without the worry of hidden fees and charges. So if you're ready to enter that next stage of life, work with a fifth-generation bank who's had their roots planted firmly in Northeast Nebraska since 1934. Contact us today. Bank of Hartington, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Whether it's Friday night lights or Saturday game days, around here football is more than just a game. It's tradition. And just like your favorite team, Kaiser Ag and Irrigation works hard year-round to keep things running strong. From reliable Zematic pivots to trusted local service, we're here to help your operation perform at its best. This season and every season, count on a winning team in your field. Give them a call or stop into Kaiser Ag and Irrigation in Hartington, your local Zematic by Lindsay dealer and a proud supporter of our student athletes.
If you want a job where your work matters, you belong at Avera. Here, we've invested in our workforce, because every Avera team member drives our health ministry forward, making a difference in lives and communities every day. We offer competitive pay, great health insurance, and even career opportunities. We're putting people first, including you. Search for local job openings and apply at avera.org/careers.
Right now, Moody Motors in Nyborough has a great selection of 22 to 23 model Escape, Edge, and Explorers. A lot of times, people like to drive a couple different models to compare to see what fits their needs the best. The lower prices, and with interest rates that have dropped, makes now the best time to upgrade. Get your best deal at Moody Motors in Nyborough, saving people money for 70 years.
You're in the mood for Moody. Credit union people are my people. Dreaming big, keeping life simple. Saving smart, living free at Explorers Credit Union. You're just like me. We chart new trails, we stand tall. Together we rise, together we call. Credit union people are my people, it's true. And I found my crew at Explorers CU. Federally insured by NCUA. Visit explorerscu.com to join the journey today.
All right, back here in the Moody Motors pregame show as we take a look at our starting lineups here today, as we have been handed them. Starting lineup sponsored by Kaiser Ag and Irrigation, your trusted Zematic by Lindsay Dealer in Hartington. Started off with Cedar Catholic, the Trojans. Cooper Hochstein going to start today, as well as Micah Cotto, Grady Haberer, Mason Baller, Graham Potts, Brady Hochstein, Sam Weebelhaus, Will Steffen, Jared Rutar, Mason Taney, and Hayden Taney. Those are your offensive starters for Hartington Cedar Catholic. On the other end, for Tekamah-Herman, the Tigers, year 11, Cash Kellogg, Landon Miller, Lane Loftus, Park Loftus, Owen Larson, Roger Wright, Devin Gamble, Will Jones, Caleb Kerr, Wade Lytle, and Brody Brom. Head coach Chad Cotto of Cedar Catholic, head coach Brandon Jansen of Tekamah-Herman. The Tigers versus the Trojans on Riverfront Sports this evening. It's KYN-TV YouTube, Hot Country 93.1 Facebook, as we now can take a moment and roll through our game stats today. For Hartington Cedar Catholic, Grady Haberer in 3 contests so far this year has been the starting quarterback for the Cedar Catholic Trojans. Now they do it on the ground for the most part, but in their 3 games, their 3 wins over Boone Central, Wayne, and Archbishop Bergen, he has completed 14 passes on 25 attempts for 154 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 1 interception. They really throw it once they get down the field, but getting down the field, they do it on the ground. It's Brighton Whitmire with 273 yards on 27 carries and 5 touchdowns on the season, leading the way. Hunter Benson, 122 yards and 18 carries as well. Hochstein, next up on that list. And there's a lot of Hochsteins, so I will clarify that is Brady Hochstein, who is next on the list with 120 yards on 25 carries, 121 yards for Micah Cotto as well, that sophomore running back. Those are the 4 that are over a century mark, over 120 for each of them. And I will tell you, Whitmire, a little shaken up last week. We will not expect to see him tonight. He was no pads, just his jersey, as he was one of the captains out for the coin flip a few moments ago. We will not see Brighton Whitmire tonight. Unfortunate for the Cedar Catholic Trojans, but I did ask the head coach what's his timeline, and they do hope that he's going to be back next week. So just being cautious with a young player and a very good player, which is what you want to see. The coach is putting the player first. So that's some of your stats for Hartington Cedar Catholic. Oh, also receiving stats. Hunter Benson leads all receivers with 4 receptions on the season for 59 yards and a touchdown. Mason Baller has 2 catches for 36 yards and 2 touchdowns. On the other end, season stats for Tekamah-Herman. Kellogg, 26 of 52 through 2 games. They are 2-1 on the schedule, but one of those wins was a forfeit, so they didn't actually have any offensive production in that game, since it's just a 1-0 finish in a forfeit versus Oakland Craig. So really only 2 games on the season for the 2-1 Tekamah-Herman Tigers. Kellogg, once again, 26 of 52, 368 yards through the air, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions on the year. Running the football, Larson, 74 yards on 26 carries. Loftus has 12 carries for 36 yards and a touchdown. Receiving, Wright, 11 receptions for 166 yards and a touchdown. Loftus, 8 for 94 and 1 touchdown. That's your offensive production for the Tekamah-Herman Tigers. That's your pregame show from Moody Motors. We're going to take a break for the national anthem, and when we return, we're going to have kickoff. On Hot Country 93.1 Facebook and KYN TV YouTube, I'm Tehl Tanner. Our Northeast Nebraska Game of the Week just moments away from kicking off. We've got that kickoff when we return. You're listening to Northeast Nebraska football.
Mount Marty is committed to excellence in nursing.
We really go the extra mile to care for our students as a whole person. My name is Crystal Diedrichson. I am an associate professor of nursing at Mount Marty. As a Catholic Benedictine university, we can incorporate God and prayer in our regular classwork and interactions with students. And in addition to that, we care about the students in other aspects of their lives.
Start your journey at mountmarty.edu.
From sunup to well after sundown, the life of a farmer is a matter of choices, and you have the choice to make the right decisions for your operation to succeed. The power is in your hands. At Security Bank, our lenders recognize the need to better understand your numbers and come up with a plan to keep your operation moving forward. You make the decisions. We make the tools to make those decisions easier. Security Bank, the right choice for the future of your operation. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
When it comes to Friday night football, teamwork makes the difference. And when it comes to your fields, trust Christensen Well and Irrigation, your local Ranky dealer. From wells and pumps to irrigation systems, Christensen Well has the experience and service you can count on to keep your operation running strong. This season, keep your crops in winning shape with the field leader in irrigation. Christensen Well and Irrigation in Hartington, a proud supporter of our area student athletes. Farmers, are you ready to maximize your success this season? At Top Crop, they've got you covered with unbeatable deals and top quality products. Take advantage of true 0% extended terms with no discount sacrificed. Get flat acre pricing on corn for unbeatable value. Keep your corn clean and strong with Viptera corn and plant the industry's leading E3 and XtendFlex soybeans for the best yields yet. Don't wait. Visit topcropinc.com or give them a call today. Top Crop, where you grow more.
With so many choices for students out there, life can become quite hectic. From choosing the right school to managing your finances, it can be hard to keep it all in check. Bank of Hartington is here to help you take the worry out of your finances. Our free Student Club checking includes all the features and benefits you'll need to start life out on the right path without the worry of hidden fees and charges. So if you're ready to enter that next stage of life, work with a fifth-generation bank who's had their roots planted firmly in Northeast Nebraska since 1934. Contact us today. Bank of Hartington, equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Whether it's Friday night lights or Saturday game days, around here football is more than just a game. It's tradition. And just like your favorite team, Kaiser Ag and Irrigation works hard year-round to keep things running strong. From reliable Zematic pivots to trusted local service, we're here to help your operation perform at its best. This season and every season, count on a winning team in your field. Give them a call or stop into Kaiser Ag and Irrigation in Hartington, your local Zematic by Lindsay dealer, and a proud supporter of our student athletes.
If you want a job where your work matters, you belong at Avera. Here, we've invested in our workforce because every Avera team member drives our health ministry forward, making a difference in lives and communities every day. We offer competitive pay, great health insurance, and even career opportunities. We're putting people first, including you. Search for local job openings and apply at avera.org/careers.
And we're ready to play some football here in Hartington, Nebraska. I'm Tehl Tanner here, ready for Hartington Cedar Catholic versus Tekamah-Herman, the Trojans and the Tigers, ready to battle here on Riverfront Sports tonight. It's our Riverfront Sports, a game of the week, part 2, as we had part 1 earlier today. Once again, the Hartington-Newcastle victory over Niobrara Verdigris, 50-6 for their homecoming. Homecoming part 2 for the other Hartington school and Hartington Cedar Catholic. They are now ready to take on Tekamah-Herman, a team that they beat last year 41-0 in the matchup. 41-0 last year when these two teams played. Tekamah-Herman had a rough season last year. They went only 1-8, missing the playoffs. They already have 2 wins under their belt to start the season, showing the improvement. Cedar had a great year last year. You know, they go to the playoffs. They're a perennial playoff team, and they're looking for a little more than just making the playoffs this year. They're currently ranked number 2 in the state in the coaches' poll in Class C2. They've got lofty goals this season, to be sure. They started off the season 3-0, wins over Boone Central, who is also ranked, Wayne, and Archbishop Bergen, 21-20 last week. That last one on the road, a very impressive victory for the Cedar Catholic Trojan team. They will be kicking off to start off this game. It will be Tekamah-Herman with the football first. Cedar will get it out of halftime. Once again, 2 ranked wins for Cedar. They beat Boone Central, who is currently 5th in the state. Archbishop Bergen ranked 7th. And also winning at Wayne as well, who is 1-2 on the season, but another good program. We are underway. The kickoff, end over end, all the way down to the 10, brought out to about the 20-yard line by the Tigers, and we are ready to roll. Kellogg going to march the offense out there as we start off this ball game. So number 1, Cash Kellogg in there commanding the huddle. Going to look for Owen Larson, his sophomore starting running back, who's going to line up right off his left shoulder. They're going to split 3 receivers out to the left and 1 to the right as well. Cedar lines up with 4 down linemen, 2 linebackers. Looks like 5 DBs. They're going to start the game by throwing. Quick screen to the left side. Completed pass to Loftus, but no gain on the play. Cedar played the screen well. Looks like that was Easton Hochstein on the tackle for the Trojans. So 2nd and 10, about maybe a half-yard loss, and that is all. Tekamah-Herman, the Tigers once again, trying to improve, trying to build their program up. A 1-8 season last year, trying to get back into some win columns, and a win here today over the 2nd-ranked team in the state of the last coaches poll would definitely be a statement win that they're back. They're going to hand off the ball this time. Cedar's front 4, very effective, and we're going to have a tackle for loss. Larson goes down behind the line for a loss of 1. And that's going to be 3rd and 11. First carry of the game for Owen Larson goes backwards. Larson averaging 2.8 yards a carry through the first 2 games, 26 carries for 74 yards on the young season. Once again, I will remind you here, Tekamah-Herman is 2-1 on the year, but the very last game was scheduled to be at Oakland Craig, who does not have a football team this year, so they end up winning 1-0 in the forfeit. So they only have 2 games under their belt for offensive stats. 3rd down play, rushes on, Cedar's got him. Sack in the backfield and going down. Sam Wiebelhaus, the senior, with the sack. There were 3 different red jerseys of the Cedar Catholic Trojans in the backfield, all having a chance at the quarterback and Cash Kellogg. 4th down, 3 and out for the Tigers. Cedar's going to get this ball back. Back to return this one deep is Mike Ocado. He's standing at his own 50-yard line. Looks like Park Loftus back to kick this one away. Standing near his own goal line. He's going to put the foot to the football. It is a short end-over-end kick that goes out on the 40-yard line in positive territory for Cedar. They're going to start this first drive of the game in Tiger territory right on the 40. 9 minutes and 39 seconds on the clock. 2 minutes and 21 seconds, all that drive took away. So now Cedar Catholic Gonna get on the offensive side of things. Here comes Haberer. Brady Haberer, young quarterback, making his 4th start of the season. Gonna quick handoff, working to the right. That's Micah Cotto. Micah Cotto gonna go down for a loss. Once again, this team without their star running back in Brighton Whitmire. And a 3-yard loss to start off the game. Whitmire, once again, the majority of their offensive stats, 273 yards in the ground through 3 contests, 27 carries and 5 touchdowns, inactive tonight. Quick throw, Haberer on a screen. He's got a man, led him well moving forward. Bodie Hochstein on the reception, positive territory, and it's going to be a good gain of 10 yards, looks like. It'll be 3rd and 3 incoming after the 3-yard loss on first down, 10 through the air on second. Cedar Catholic under center. Cotto takes the snap. He's going to have a first down, running forward, breaking tackles. He's staying on his feet. Gain of over 10 yards. See where they mark him here. Looks like it's going to be a gain of 13 for Micah Cotto. Get him back in the positive territory after a loss of 3 on the opening offensive snap. 13 there, give him plus 10 on the day. I formation, Cedar Catholic. Handoff, fullback who's going to go down instantly. That was Brady Hochstein. Brady Hochstein. Looks like he got back to the line of scrimmage, and that is all. Quick substitution. Easton Hochstein checks into the game. He's going to stand to the right of the quarterback. Haberer sends a man in motion left to right. He drops back to throw off the snap. Into the end zone, too far. He was looking for Hunter Benson in the end zone. Just led him a bit too far, and that is incomplete. Haberer's 2nd pass attempt of the game. His opening one was a screen pass, found Bodie Hochstein for a gain of 10. That one incomplete in the end zone. So it'll be 3rd down and 10 now from the 20-yard line. Right at the edge of the red zone are the Trojans. Trying to cash in on their opening possession, certainly in 4-down territory. Haberer, shotgun set, one running back off his right shoulder. 3-step drop, looking to throw. End zone again, this time in and out of the hands of his intended receiver, Graham Potts. Back-to-back incompletions on 2nd and 3rd down. Now here's a decision. 4th down. Cedar looks like they're trotting their offense off the field. Might have a chance at a long field goal here. It'd be a field goal of 37 yards from this marker. And I think that's what they're going to try. All right, so this is going to be Jared Rutar to attempt this kick. Bodie Hochstein holding. There's the snap. Hold is good. Kick on the way. It has the distance, and it is good. Jared Rutar, good from 37, and the first score of this game. 3-0. Hartington Cedar Catholic leads over Tekamah-Herman. 7:45 in the clock, first quarter. I'm Tehl Tanner here for your Northeast Nebraska Game of the Week from Hartington. 3-0. Cedar Catholic leads. Back in 30 seconds on KYN TV.
Right now, Moody Motors in Nibera has a great selection of 22 to 23 model Escape, Edge, and Explorers. A lot of times, people like to drive a couple different models to compare to see what fits their needs the best. The lower prices, and with interest rates that have dropped, makes now the best time to upgrade. Get your best deal at Moody Motors in Nibera, saving people money for 70 years.
You're in the mood for Moody.
.37-yard field goal from Jared Rutar will make this game 3-0 with 7 minutes and 45 seconds left here in this first quarter. Cedar Catholic ready to kick this one away just as they did the opening kickoff of this game. They were able to force a 3-and-out on the Tekamah-Herman Tigers, and they're certainly looking for a repeat performance. Tekamah-Herman got to get something rolling, now trailing after each team has had a possession. Kick return swarmed right about the 20-yard line, and that is where the Tigers are going to start things on offense. 21-yard line officially is where they're going to start things off. Breaking the huddle once again is Cash Kellogg. Kellogg, a sophomore, is starting running back in Larson off his left shoulder. Pistol set, one man behind him as well. Two receivers, one on either side. He's going to hand off to his tailback. That is Larson. He'll go down near the line of scrimmage. Owen Larson. It's like no gain on the play, maybe a half a yard. We'll give him one. So 1 yard, that'll bring him back to even on the ball game. His lone carry on the first drive, which was a 3-and-out, went backwards for a single yard. This one goes forward for a single yard. Even on the day, starting running back for Tekamah-Herman on 2 carries. Young team is the road team here today. We'll run through how many seniors they have on their roster after this next second down play. Spoiler, not a lot. 2nd and 9 incoming. Kellogg back to throw. 3-step drop, deep throw, and a dangerous one. Closest man to it was a Trojan. It does fall incomplete, but Bodie Hochstein certainly had a play on that one. 5 seniors on the roster, by the way, and that is all for Tekamah-Herman. 4 of them start on this offense, but a young team, a lot of freshmen and sophomores. Third and 9 incoming, 6:43 on the clock, in danger of their second straight 3-and-out for Tekamah-Herman. Kellogg in the pistol, 3-step drop, quick throw, fake to his left, throws to his right into double coverage, and it is caught way downfield near the 40-yard line in opposing territory. A great catch. Not sure who caught that one. Roger Wright, the one who caught that one. All right. 28. Very good catch there. At the 40 in opposing territory. 1st and 10 for Tekamah-Herman. Kellogg. Next snap, he'll take the snap. Hand off, running back Larson goes forward. 3 yards. So once again, see if we could add up that yardage there. That was 10, 20, 39 yards. 39 yards on that catch. .39 yards for Roger Wright on that catch. Second and 7 incoming now. 5:36 on the clock. Kellogg, handoff, taken down instantly. This time Loftus, no gain. Maybe a half-yard loss. -1 there. That'll bring up 3rd and 7 now, instead of 3rd and 6. 5:17 on the clock. Only the 3rd positive play of the game. And the other 2, one, a run of 1 yard, a run of 3 yards, and then that gain of 39 through the air. Only big play so far. Only play that goes north of 5 yards, and it looks like we're getting a timeout. 4:57 on the clock, timeout to Tekamah-Herman. We're going to take it with them before a big 3rd down. This brought to you by Top Crop. Back in 30 seconds, you're listening to Hartington Cedar Catholic Football on KYN TV.
Credit union people are my people. Dreaming big, keeping life simple. Saving smart, living free at Explorers Credit Union, you're just like me. We chart new trails, we stand tall. Together we rise, together we call. Credit union people are my people, it's true. And I found my crew at Explorers CU. Federally insured by NCUA. Visit explorerscu.com to join the journey today.
All right, let's do a big third down here. 3rd and 7 here in Hartington. 4:57 on the clock in the first quarter. 3-0. Hartington Cedar Catholic leads this ball game. But Tekamah-Herman, a 39-yard catch by Roger Wright brings Tekamah-Herman in Cedar Catholic territory. They are in 4-down territory at the 37 in opposing territory. 3rd and 7 now. 4:57 on the clock. Kellogg drops back to throw. Pump fake. Now throws. Got a man. Deep downfield. And it's caught. Touchdown. Tekamah-Herman leads. Tigers on top of this ball game. A 37-yard catch at the 5-yard line and then running into the end zone. Touchdown. Believe that was Landon Miller. .449 on the clock. 6-3. Cedar Catholic now trails at home on homecoming. 4:49 on the clock in the first quarter, obviously early in this game. Lining up to go for 2 now are the Tigers. And Park Loftus and the Wildcat. This is an athlete listed on the roster. Had a high snap. He had to go up and get it. And he's not going to get there. Not going to get there at all. He goes down for a loss and no good on the conversion. So 6-3, the score will stand. 4:49 on the clock in the first quarter. We'll take a break. Back
The extra mile to care for our students as a whole person. My name is Crystal Diedrichsen. I am an associate professor of nursing at Mount Marty. As a Catholic Benedictine university, we can incorporate God and prayer in our regular classwork and interactions with students. And in addition to that, we care about the students in other aspects of their lives.
Start your journey at mountmarty.edu.
So another touchdown on the board here. First one of this ball game and the first strike from Tekamah-Herman. The Tigers from 37 yards out. 2 big pass plays on that drive and not a whole lot else. That wasn't a whole lot working for the Tigers on that drive, except specifically 2 big plays down the field. A throw of 39 yards to Roger Wright down the right sideline. Caught it in double coverage. Very good catch. And then a few plays later, Landon Miller with that one from 37 yards out. Caught it about the 5 and ran it in. Just beat his man. And a good ball, too. 4:49 on the clock. 6-0. Your score. Cedar ready to receive this kick. They'll bring it in at about the 15-yard line, out across the 20 and the 30. Cutting back inside to the 35 before he's wrapped up. Ball carrier in Easton Hochstein goes down near the 40-yard line. A pretty good return for Cedar Catholic. They'll mark him right on the line at the 40. So a good return of 30 yards. Out to the 40-yard line. 4:41 on the clock, first quarter, 6-3 score. Cedar Catholic first play of this drive, Micah Cotto for 11 yards down off the right side of their line. 11 yards for Micah Cotto and a first down for the Trojans. They're going to get right back into the huddle. Run that split T shotgun. Running backs on either shoulder of the quarterback, Haber. He's going to pitch it this time, and it's on the ground. That is a turnover. Ball is on the ground. Tekamah-Herman jumps on it. Miscommunication between Haber and Benson, and a turnover on a fumble. So Tekamah-Herman back on offense, up 6-3 over Cedar. Now a great chance to double up their score and lead by multiple possessions here. Get in the end zone, they'll go up to 12 instantly. 6-3 score, but got to get past the Cedar Catholic defense. First play of this drive, Owen Larson to the outside. He's going to run this one for about 9. 9-yard run, his best run of the game so far. So second down here, 4 minutes on the clock in the first quarter, 6-3 your score. Cedar Catholic battling here on homecoming. Kellogg, pistol set. Takes the snap, fakes the pitch to his running back, now goes up the middle on the draw. Weaving in traffic, he's got the first down and a run of 8. Run of 8 yards for Kellogg. And that'll give him in positive territory too. Had a sack of 5 yards on the opening drive. An 8-yard run there has him +3 in the day. 3:20 on the clock and counting. First quarter, 6-3 score. Tekamah-Herman now at the 25-yard line in opposing territory. I'm Tehl Tanner here for KYN TV. First quarter coverage, Hartington Cedar Catholic's homecoming game, hosting the Tigers. Tekamah-Herman, Kellogg, pistol again, 2 receivers to the left, 1 far to the right. Larson in the backfield behind him, and we're going to blow this one dead. Timeout taken by the Tigers right as flags were flying. I think they were a little late getting that play call in. Delay a game almost in effect, but the timeout called to save it. Timeout's brought to you by Top Crop. Let's go over it in 30 seconds. Get back to the game right after this on KYN TV.
From sunup to well after sundown, the life of a farmer is a matter of choices, and you have the choice to make the right decisions for your operation to succeed. The power is in your hands. At Security Bank, our lenders recognize the need to better understand your numbers and come up with a plan to keep your operation moving forward. You make the decisions. We make the tools to make those decisions easier. Security Bank, the right choice for the future of your operation. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Out of the timeout from Top Crop, maximize your success this season with top-notch crop consulting and services offered at Top Crop. Visit topcropinc.com. Cash Kellogg has first and 10, 2:54 on the clock. A timeout was just used by the road team. That was their second of the first quarter, actually. So they've only got 1 left this half. Got a man in motion going left to right. They'll hand off to Larson in the backfield, going up the middle for 1. Owen Larson gets 1 yard out of that. Maybe no gain. No, he got half a yard. Not half a yard, that's about it. 2:30 on the clock here once again. We're in the first quarter, 6-3. Tekamah-Herman leading over the red-jerseyed Cedar Catholic Trojans. Tekamah-Herman wearing the road whites tonight. Black letters and numbers with some gold trim, gold and blue trim. Spread formation again, 5 on the line. Throw over to the right wing, wide receiver screen, short gain once again. This time to Cooper Kerr, freshman wide receiver. So a short gain there for Cooper Kerr. I think I'm pronouncing his name right. I did ask the coach, Brandon Jansen, about him pregame. Said K-J-A-R, pronounced Kerr. All right. 1:34 on the clock, first quarter. 3rd and 7. Cedar sending a blitz. 5 come in. They get to the quarterback, and he's going to go down. Sack. Short loss. Kellogg was able to nearly get back to the line of scrimmage. Loss of only about 1.5 yards, maybe 2. But that is the second sack of the game for the Cedar Catholic Trojan defense. With 1:08 on the clock, 4th down. And this is difficult territory because you might be a little bit far to try a long field goal. You know, you're sitting at a field goal, should be north of 40 at this point. You're at the 24-yard line, 41-yard field goal. And so they're going to go for it here on 4th. Kellogg breaks the huddle, same formation, 2 far to the right, 2 to the left. Pistol set. Larson behind him. Larson stays into pass block, but the rush is on. Cedar sent only 3, and they still nearly got to the quarterback. Incomplete pass. Credit the pass rush for Hartington Cedar Catholic so far in this game. They've got 2 sacks already. They sent only 3 on that 4th down, dropped everybody else back into coverage, and they still got pressure. Turnover on downs, 1st and 10 for the Trojans. .35 seconds left in the first quarter. Cedar really only has to snap it 1 time before we go to the end of 1. See what they decide to do here. Last time out, once again, was the fumble. They gave the ball right back after only 2 or 3 plays of offense. It was Grady Haber trying to find Hunter Benson on an option play, and they were just out of sync. They're going to run it up the middle this time. Looks like that's Mike Akato, I believe. Yes. Gain of 2. 2nd and 8 incoming. 20 seconds left in the first quarter. Akato seems to be handling the majority of the carries with Brighton Whitmire out tonight. 10 seconds left. Cedar lines up. Tight formation here, an interesting one. 2 wing backs plus a single back, and they're going to hand it right up the middle. Guy's almost gone, maybe is gone, way downfield. 1 man to beat, runs past him, all speed. That's Brady Hochstein. No flags. .73 yards officially for Hochstein. And right like that, Cedar's back in the lead. Broke that one open quick, fast, and in a hurry after a turnover on the last drive. Needed to answer, needed to strike back, and a 73-yard touchdown run for Brady Hochstein, the senior running back. That's the way you do it. Going for the point after here to make it 10-6. Snap down, hold is good. And a kick is good as well. 10-6 your score, Cedar on top after 1. I'm Tehl Tanner here for KYN TV. Cedar Catholics got a 10-6 lead.
From sunup to well after sundown, the life of a farmer is a matter of choices, and you have the choice to make the right decisions for your operation to succeed. The power is in your hands. At Security Bank, our lenders recognize the need to better understand your numbers and come up with a plan to keep your operation moving forward. You make the decisions. We make the tools to make those decisions easier. Security Bank, the right choice for the future of your operation. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Farmers, are you ready to maximize your success this season? At Top Crop, they've got you covered with unbeatable deals and top quality products. Take advantage of true 0% extended terms with no discount sacrificed. Get flat acre pricing on corn for unbeatable value. Keep your corn clean and strong with Viptera corn and plant the industry's leading E3 and Extend Flex soybeans for the best yields yet. Don't wait. Visit topcropinc.com or give them a call today. Top Crop, where you grow more.
Out of the quarter break, as time expires in the first, Cedar Catholic making a statement, a long 73-yard touchdown run. Brady Hochstein, the fullback, just right up the middle, housed it. All speed from the fullback. Here's the kick return for Tekamah-Herman, breaking 1 tackle, taking it out to the 27-yard line is Roger Wright. So 10-6 is your score after 1. In the first quarter, we saw 3 scores. It started off with a 37-yard field goal from Jared Rutar of Cedar Catholic to make it 3-0 with 7:45 in the clock in the first. And then with 4 minutes and 49 seconds left. About 3 minutes of game time later, a 37-yard passing touchdown from Kellogg to Miller for Tekamah-Herman. They took the lead 6-3. They did miss the point after. The 2-point conversion they went for did not get it. And then, as time expired in the first, 73-yard touchdown run, Brady Hochstein, 10-6 our score. Long throw again, downfield, double coverage. This time, going to be intercepted. Bad throw to open up the drive of the second quarter. Kellogg picked off by Cedar Catholic. Number 23, Hunter Kukta, senior linebacker, with the pick. And the first play of the second quarter gives it right back to Hartington Cedar Catholic. They're going to take over on offense once again. They're going to run a sweep play to the outside. Good blocking. Downfield. Easton Hochstein. Run of 12. That is the third ball carrier of the game for Cedar. Gain of 13. So it'll be 1st and 10, 11:22 on the clock. I formation again. Haberer takes the snap. He's going to give it to his fullback once again, going up the middle, and another good gain for Brady Hochstein. He'll be taken down after a gain of about 8 here. 11 minutes left in this first half. I'll actually give him 9, a good spot. And he's got 82 yards rushing already in this game. Second and short here, 10:52 on the clock. In opposing territory, this is the right time for a shock play. They're going to run it up the middle, just try and get that first down, and they do get it. That was Mike Akato, the ball carrier. Gain of 5, move the chains. So first down for the home team Trojans. They lead 10-6 in their homecoming here tonight. And after that interception by Hunter Kukta, they're in prime position once again. They got it back in opposing territory and already driving inside the 30. 27-yard line they're setting up on. They're going to hand off. Cotto again. Cotto stuck in the backfield. He breaks a tackle, breaks another one. He's going to the outside, pulled down by his jersey near the 20-yard line. Turned nothing into something. Did the sophomore running back in Mike Akato. 10 minutes left in the first half. Second and looks like about 8 yards. Or it got 8 yards. 2nd and 2 incoming. Right at the 20-yard line at the edge of the red zone with 10 minutes to go in the first half. 9:45 on the clock, second quarter. Benson in motion, moving over to the left side of the line. He's out there with Kukta. Haberer takes the snap, gives it to his fullback. No, he faked it. Still has the ball. Throws downfield off the hands of his intended receiver. Looks like that is Graham Potts, the intended receiver. Incomplete pass for Haberer. These are stats I'm keeping myself through this game, just writing them down as we go, but I believe he's now 1 for 4 is Haberer with 10 yards. Completed a screen pass right at the beginning of the game. 0 for 3 in the next 3 downfield passes. 9:28 on the clock. Here before halftime, once again, 10-6, your score. Cedar knocking on the door, however. They are in the red zone, but this is third down. 3rd and 2 after the incompletion. They'll give it to their fullback. He's got a first down and more. Breaking tackles. Hochstein into the end zone. His second rushing touchdown of the game. This one from 20 yards out. Brady Hochstein makes this a 10-point game. 16-6. 20-yard touchdown run. He's over the century mark in the game. Now we've got an injured Tiger down on the field, back near the original line of scrimmage. We're going to pause things to take a look at him. But 9 minutes and 20 seconds on the clock, 16-6 is your score here in the second quarter. This second quarter opened with an interception from Cash Kellogg of Tekamah-Herman, taken away by Hunter Kukta. Cedar then marches right downfield, and they score. End up the touchdown run from Hochstein from 20 out. He's already over 100 yards in the ball game with 2 touchdowns. There's over 9 minutes left in the second quarter. Young man is up. Looks like that is Devin Gamble, a junior defensive lineman for the Tigers, and he is walking off the field under his own power with a helmet in hand, but under his own power is certainly a good sign. Hopefully we get to see him back. So here comes the point after. Jared Rutar ready to kick this one. Bodie Hochstein is your holder. Trying to see number on the snapper. I think that's Micah Cotto, actually. Yeah, it is. Micah Cotto, your snapper. Bodie Hochstein, your holder. Jared Rutar to kick this one. The trio does their job, and the kick is good. It'll make it 17-6. The score of this ball game with 9 minutes and 20 seconds left before halftime. For KYN TV, I'm Tehl Tanner. Cedar on top by 11 when we return in 30 seconds.
With so many choices for students out there, life can become quite hectic. From choosing the right school to managing your finances, it can be hard to keep it all in check. Bank of Hartington is here to help you take the worry out of your finances. Our free Student Club checking includes all the features and benefits you'll need to start life out on the right path without the worry of hidden fees and charges. So if you're ready to enter that next stage of life, work with a 5th-generation bank who's had their roots planted firmly in Northeast Nebraska since 1934. Contact us today. Bank of Hartington, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
9 minutes and 20 seconds left in the first half. A 20-yard touchdown run from Brady Hochstein makes this game 17-6. Cedar is on top. Now, Cedar Catholic started off this game with a long drive, ended in 3 points to start it off, a 37-yard field goal from Jared Rutar. Then on the second drive of the game, I should say, for the Tigers, they have a 37-yard touchdown pass to take the lead 6-3. No good on the 2-point conversion. After that, Cedar turns over the ball. They fumble it, give it right back, but Tekamah-Herman unable to do anything with it. Cedar gets the ball back. They go downfield and score. Next possession, it would be the first play of the second quarter, interception by Cedar, and they just took that one down the field and scored on back-to-back possessions, and now leading this game by 11, 17-6. We just saw the kick return off the touchdown there. Tekamah-Herman brought it out to about the 25-yard line, but there is a flag down. Flag is going to be block in the back, receiving team. So we're at the 25-yard line. That's going to back them up even farther. So it will be 1st and 10 for the Tigers, but a bad penalty on what's about to become a pretty crucial drive. You know, you're on the road against the second-ranked team in the state of Nebraska, and a penalty right before the start of the drive backs you up an extra 10 yards, and you're going to start things off at your own 15 instead of your 25. Not how you want to start a drive that is going to be as impactful as this one. You're down 2 possessions on the road. You really got to do something here. So we'll start this off. Cash Kellogg in the pistol again. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right, tight end off the right side of his line. He'll take the snap, handoff, running back. Instantly taken down. Oh, man, red jerseys just fly into the football on the defensive side of things. I think that was Gus Lammers, the first there. Heavy loss. Loss of 4 here for Larson. Under 9 minutes to play before halftime, and a timeout is going to be called. Now, who took this one? And it is Cedar. Cedar takes their first timeout of the half from Top Crop. We'll take it with them back here in 60 seconds on KYN TV.
Whether it's Friday night lights or Saturday game days, around here football is more than just a game. It's tradition. And just like your favorite team, Kaiser Ag and Irrigation works hard year-round to keep things running strong. From reliable Zematic pivots to trusted local service, we're here to help your operation perform at its best. This season and every season, count on a winning team in your field. Give them a call or stop into Kaiser Ag and Irrigation in Hartington, your local Zematic by Lindsay dealer, and a proud supporter of our student athletes.
.48 on the clock here in the second quarter. So we are starting to approach halftime. 2nd and 14 incoming for Tekamah-Herman. The Tigers. Long road trip up here to Hartington. 17-6 the score. They had a loss of 4 on first down. Pistol set again. Kellogg back to throw. Rushes on, and they're going to deflect this pass. Ball hits the ground, and that'll be an incompletion. Pass deflected at the line of scrimmage by the Cedar Catholic rush. An incompletion for Kellogg. So after starting the game really strong, he had over 70 yards through the air and a touchdown in his first 4 pass attempts. His next 4 pass attempts, completion for 3 yards, incompletion, interception, incompletion. Those are his 8 pass attempts of the game. .45 on the clock here. 3rd and 14. Quick throw. Completed pass at the original line of scrimmage, but going down pretty much right away. Gain of 4 or 5 on 3rd and 14. That was Loftus. Ends the incompletion streak, however, for the quarterback, but that is still 4th and 10. Cedar going to drop 2 back deep to return this bunt. Looks like that's Easton Hochstein. And I think that's Micah Cotto over there. Both standing at the 50-yard line. Kick is away. Cedar didn't really send anybody after it. Dropped everybody back to block for this. Cotto going to return it. Catches it at the 50. Reverses field all the way across the 40. The 30. Cuts back again. Stiff arms a man, but he's going to go down. Guy held onto his arm as he was stiff-armed, but he did get across the 25. Cedar, a very short field. Once again, very good punt return for Cedar. They're in prime territory, setting up the 24-yard line. Last time they were down here in this range, they were sitting at the 20, and it was a 20-yard touchdown run for Brady Hochstein. .47 on the clock. Once again, 17-6 your score. We're approaching 45 minutes into this ball game. We're only midway through the second. Haber under center in the eye. Take his snap, handoff, tailback. That's Hochstein again. Hochstein going off the right side of the line, and he'll go down after a decent gain of, looks like about 6 here. Brady Hochstein, once again, already over the century mark in the ball game with 2 touchdowns. Gain of about 6 there. 2nd and 4 incoming. 7:20 on the clock. Eye again. This time give to Micah Cotto. Got 2 lead blockers in front of him, and Cotto's gone. Cotto with a great run, getting into the end zone. 18-yard touchdown run for Micah Cotto. Cedar has been very effective on the ground this evening. 7:12 on the clock before halftime, 23-6. Now your score. Jared Rutar in to attempt the point after. Once again, it'll be Micah Cotto, your snapper, Bodie Hochstein, your holder. The kick is away, and it is no good. I think it was wide to the right this time, so miss that kick. It'll stay 23-6, the score. Rutar was perfect to that point with the 37-yard field goal to open up the game. Missed that extra point, and it'll be 23-6. Back in 30 seconds, Tekamah-Herman getting the ball back and needing to do something with it when we return on KYN TV.
If you want a job where your work matters, you belong at Avera. Here, we've invested in our workforce because every Avera team member drives our health ministry forward, making a difference in lives and communities every day. We offer competitive pay, great health insurance, and even career opportunities. We're putting people first, including you. Search for local job openings and apply at avera.org/careers.
(23-6) the score of this ball game. It's about 7:15 p.m. on this Friday. About 45 minutes into the ball game. Cedar running the ball very, very well. Over 150 yards on the ground and 3 touchdowns in the first half. 23-6. They lead. Long end-over-end kick brought in at about the 5-yard line. A decent return out to about the 27 for Roger Wright. Oh, excuse me, that was Park Loftus, senior athlete, who is taken down. So it'll be the 27 officially, looks like. They're going to mark him at 27-yard line, starting things off for the Tigers. Down 23-6 on the road, in need of a drive here. Cash Kellogg, sophomore quarterback, in the pistol again. 4 receiver sets, 2 split wide left, 2 wide right. Larson in the backfield with him. He's going to hand it off to Larson, who's going to get stuffed at the line of scrimmage. Yard loss, actually. Cedar's just shutting down the running game early. That is the 3rd run in 7 rushing attempts where Larson has gone backwards. This front 7 for Cedar Catholic has just been a monster so far today. Eight total yards and 7 carries I've got unofficially for Larson. 6:25 on the clock. Dropping back to throw this time, but a free rusher. Scrambled away from it. Chucks it downfield way over everybody's head. Was looking for Lane Loftus, was the young quarterback. He was just lucky to avoid the sack there. I think that was Graham Potts, who came in screaming off the left edge, unblocked, right at the quarterback. Just beat the right tackle. Was able to step up into a pocket, avoid the pressure, and just chuck it downfield for an incompletion and live to fight another down. It is 3rd and 11 now for the road team. They're going to go empty set here. 5 receivers, 3 to the right, 2 to the left. Cash Kellogg going to try to get rid of this quickly. Cedar's showing they're going to send 4, and they do. 4 come after the quarterback. Kellogg rolling to his left, under pressure instantly, throwing it downfield, has a man for a moment, and it is going to be picked off. Picked off again. Micah Cotto got this one. The 41-yard line in their own territory. Cedar Catholic's going to take over. Micah Cotto with the interception once again. Cedar now ready to start on offense. Ooh, but Micah Cotto's getting up slow, hobbling off the field. Micah Cotto, after he got that interception, the intended receiver grabbed a hold of his ankle and just kind of held on for dear life, waiting for Micah to go down and waiting for somebody else to come help. He wasn't in a position to make the tackle. He was just holding on, holding him there until anybody came, and I think Cotto's ankle might have got twisted up as he was taken to the ground. So that's tough news for Cedar Catholic. They're already without their starting running back in Brighton Whitmire tonight. Now they're without their number 2 in Micah Cotto, who has had the majority of their carries tonight. So they're going to run the option this time, pitch it to the outside. They're going to have a good gain here on that option play. Decent hit on the near sideline at the end of it, too. is Easton Hochstein with the run. And he'll lower his shoulder into a defender right at the end of it as well. Good gain. Gain of 13. 13 for Easton Hochstein. Hochstein's running the ball effectively so far. Hochstein is now 2 runs on the ground for 13 yards each. And then Brady Hochstein, we've talked about him throughout this game, over 102 touchdowns. I formation, they're going to hand it off to Brady Hochstein, and that fullback is going up the middle again. Another run of 11 yards. Hochstein has just been a monster in this one. That fullback gets going in a hurry. We'll try and keep an eye on Mike Ocado, but he is getting checked out on the near sideline. He's sitting on the bench, and a trainer checking out that left ankle. But it is 1st and 10 for Cedar Catholic in opposing territory after the interception by Mike Ocado. 35-yard line of the Tigers. Rolling out to throw here. Quarterback stops, surveys the defense, throws over to the right side, and it is too far for anybody. Looks like he was looking for, that'd be Kiter Wortman. Too far on the out route. Just as well as there was a defender who cut under that route. If it was on target to the wide receiver, it might have been picked there. Actually, might have been lucky to have the interception. Haber, 1 for 5 on the day throwing the ball now. 5:29 on the clock. Handoff, tailback again, that's Hochstein. Hochstein going off the left side of his offensive line, and he's going to run this one for 14 and a first down. It's Easton Hochstein, I should say. So Easton Hochstein's run, both Hochsteins have been run very good, but Easton Hochstein now has 3 rushes in the game, 1 for 13, 13, and 14, those 3. Very effective running. Brady Hochstein now going to be a single back on this next play. 2 receivers off the left side, kind of a jumbo package. 2 tight ends, 1 on either side. They're going to hand it off to Brady Hochstein. Hochstein going off the left tackle, and he's got another good run. Just refusing to go down today is Hochstein. Run of about 9, bring up 2nd down, under 5 minutes left to play in this first half. Yep, they'll give him 9. Hochstein going to line up. Brady Hochstein is the fullback. It'll be Easton Hochstein tailback. Haber under center. 1 wide receiver out to the right, 1 to the left. Haber takes the snap, fakes it, nope, gives off to his fullback. Hochstein again, going to take this one to the end zone. He was hit just 2 yards downfield, did not go down, and a touchdown run of 12 yards, and the 3rd rushing touchdown of the game for Brady Hochstein. Having a monster game here. Brady Hochstein stepping up with both Brighton Whitmire and Mike Ocado on the bench with injuries at the moment. This is a career game for Brady Hochstein. The running back room for Cedar Catholic appears to be pretty deep. Hopefully they get everybody back healthy and they'll have just options carrying the football. 4:23 on the clock here in this first half, 29-6 your score. We're going to have a new man kicking this one. It's going to be Bodie Hochstein to attempt this point after. Not Jared Rutar this time. It's blocked. It is blocked. Caleb Kerr got in the backfield instantly to get a hold of that one. So 4:23 on the clock, 29-6 is your score. Cedar on top of Tekamah-Herman. Back here in 30 seconds, you're listening to Cedar Catholic Football on KYN TV.
Right now, Moody Motors in Nibera has a great selection of 22 to 23 model Escape, Edge, and Explorers. A lot of times, people like to drive a couple different models to compare to see what fits their needs the best. The lower prices, and with interest rates that have dropped, makes now the best time to upgrade. Get your best deal at Moody Motors in Nibera, saving people money for 70 years.
You're in the mood for Moody.
4 minutes and 23 seconds left in the first half. 29-6 the score of this ball game. Once again, the lights have been turned on here in Hartington. About 67 degrees, partly cloudy skies overhead. We have an end-over-end kick from Cedar. Going to be brought back by the Tigers. Kick return coverage good. We'll get out to about the 28-yard line. Will Roger Wright. 4 minutes and 16 seconds left before halftime. And a 23-point advantage for the home team Trojans. Cash Kellogg, that young quarterback, going to try and bounce back after his second interception on that last drive. Brought in by Mike Akato. First snap of the drive, he'll hand it off Owen. He'll take it for about a yard gain, and that is all. That was Brady Hochstein on the tackle, who's having a monster game today. 1 yard gain for Owen Larson. And that'll be 9 yards on 8 carries for Owen Larson so far. This front seven for Cedar Catholic has been a stone wall against the running game. 9 yards on 8 carries for Larson. On second down, we're going to have whistles blown. I think we got a false start. Yep. Pre-snap penalty on the offense. Back them up 5 yards. We'll do second down. It'll be 2nd and 14 now. 3:32 on the clock before halftime. Clock runs again, and if I'm head coach Chad Cotto, I'm starting to think about using timeouts. If you get a good stop here on second down, use them on 2nd and 3rd, and you still have nearly 3 minutes for your offense. And Cedar will get the ball back out of halftime as well. Quick snap, or quick throw off the snap. Wide receiver screen, trying to reverse field here is Loftus. Loftus going to cut up field now. Short gain, back to the original line of scrimmage. We're going to have 3rd and 10. A gain of about 4 there on the screen. That was Park Loftus. 3rd and 10, 2:44 on the clock. First down, we had a run of 1 yard. Second down, had a pre-snap penalty. Back them up 5. It was 2nd and 14. Gain of 4. Will bring us back to the original line of scrimmage. 3rd and 10. A lot of movement back and forth here for Tekamah-Herman. But a big down here with 2:20 on the clock. Cedar gets the ball out of halftime. You really can't give it back to him with time here. You need a first down. Kellogg going to throw for it. Downfield, it's over everybody's head and incomplete. And that actually stops the clock and saves Cedar Catholic from having to use one of their last 2 timeouts. Incompletion stops the clock, and now it's 4th and 10. One of those situations where maybe a sack would be preferable to just an incompletion because it makes them waste a timeout. So Cedar's going to get the ball back here. Update on Mike Akato here after this play. 2:11 on the clock. They're going to punt this one away. And it is going to be brought in on the far sideline by Hunter Benson, who is filling in for Mike Akato, and a great return. He's going to take it to the 30-yard line. 2:01 on the clock as Cedar starts this drive. 30 yards to go. All right, update on Mike Akato, and it's not a good one. Mike Akato is sitting on the bench in the near sideline. He has taken his pads off. He's elevating his left ankle. He's been getting checked out by a trainer for a while. The trainer now off of him, but he's heavily taped up and icing it. Certainly looks like he may be done for the day. I have no official word, but sitting on the bench, wrapped in ice, pads lying on the ground next to him. Hopefully, we're going to get an update that he's going to be all right here soon, but wouldn't be surprised if his day, at least, is done. First snap of the drive comes from the 30-yard line, and instantly throwing to the end zone. Cedar Catholic dropped. Mason Baller had a touchdown. Closing defender came in Lane Loftus, and I think Ben Baller might have been a little hesitant as he was going to get hit if he brought that one in. Just dropped right in front of him off his fingertips. That'll be an incompletion. Cedar went for the end zone on first down, now second down incoming. Have not thrown the ball effectively today. That is the one mark on Cedar's offense, you could say. Haberger is 1 for 6 throwing the ball. Completed his first pass of the game. It was a screen that went for 10 yards. 0 for 5 in the next 5 passes. 1:53 on the clock. Haberger going to hand this one off. Going to the left side, down the field, good run. This is Easton Hochstein. Hochstein cutting back, upfield, into the end zone. Touchdown run of 30 yards, Easton Hochstein. That is the 5th ground touchdown of the game by Cedar Catholic, and they lead 35-6. Easton Hochstein having a day. Brady Hochstein having a day. RBs 1 and 2 both out today. Out right now. Whitmire and Cotto, who was getting the majority of the carries in this game up till his injury, both out. Now the Hochstein brothers just taking over. Extra point attempt from Bodie Hochstein here. Had time to get it off, and it'll be good. So 36-6 your score. Up 30 are the Cedar Catholic Trojans. 1:43 on the clock before halftime. Back in 30 seconds on KYN TV.
Credit union people are my people. Dreaming big, keeping life simple. Saving smart, living free at Explorers Credit Union. You're just like me. We chart new trails, we stand tall. Together we rise, together we call. Credit union people are my people, it's true. And I found my crew at Explorers CU. Federally insured by NCUA. Visit explorerscu.com to join the journey today.
With 1:43 on the clock before halftime, Hartington Cedar Catholic leads 36-6 over Tekamah-Herman. The Tigers traveling up to Hartington tonight, and Cedar has just exploded in this second half. This game was at 10-6 at the end of the first quarter, 10-6 at the end of one, and Cedar actually scored in the final seconds, like literally as time expired in the first quarter, to take that lead. There was not a lot of scoring in the first quarter. And Cedar has now put up 26 points in the second quarter alone, 4 touchdowns. Lead this game by 30. See what Tekamah-Herman can do with the final 1:43 of this half and 1 timeout. They'll receive the kick at the 12-yard line. They'll bring it out to the 20 before the tackle is made. That was Hudson Deniger with the tackle right at the 20-yard line, bringing down Park Loftus. So Tekamah-Herman will march back out their offense. They had a great start to this game. Once again, their young quarterback, and Cash Kellogg had, I believe, 76 yards thereabout, 76 yards through his first 4 passing attempts, striking downfield and a touchdown. His next 8 pass attempts. He has 3 for 8 for 12 yards and 2 interceptions. 1:35 on the clock. Quick pitch to the outside, and no gain. That was to Owen Larson. Stopped at the line of scrimmage, and if I'm Tekamah-Herman, I'm taking every second available with 1:22 on the clock. Try not to let Cedar get the ball back before halftime. Larson, no gain on first down. Cedar does have 2 timeouts. Wouldn't be surprised if they use them on second and third down here. They might be happy to just go into the locker room with a great second quarter performance, but might try and get 1 final possession here before halftime. They have 2 timeouts in their pocket. They could use them should they choose. And Tekamah-Herman is using every second available. Now the official starts counting. Cash Kellogg will take the snap, fake the pitch. Now he's going up the middle himself. Short gain of about 2 yards. Timeout. Yep, Coach Chad Cotto will want the timeout. He wants the ball back one more time. This is going to bring up 3rd down. It'll be 3rd and 7 incoming after a gain of 3 on the ground for Kellogg. Timeouts brought to you today by Top Crop. Maximize your success this season with top-notch crop consulting and services offered at Top Crop. Visit topcropinc.com. 43 seconds left in the first half. That is all. 36-6 once again the score of this ball game. Chad Cotto wants the ball back one more time, and we have seen the quick strike ability from this team. If Cedar can get it back, there is a solid chance they can take a 36-point lead going into halftime, up 30 right at the moment. It is 3rd down, 3rd and 7 incoming in a moment. We're going to keep this right here through the timeout. Likely going to be a shorter one, as they called it just to stop the clock. Oh, wait a second. Where's Micah Cotto? He is not on his spot on the bench icing that leg anymore. But I do still see his pads sitting on the sideline. He might just be up talking to some teammates. See if I could find him, but his pads are untouched, still sitting on the sideline. No Micah Cotto. See if we see him after halftime, but for now, no sign of him. Brighton Whitmire was ruled out before the game started as well. All right, so 3rd and 7 for the Tigers. Kellogg in the pistol. 4 receivers, 2 on either side of the line. 3-step drop, looking to throw. Rushes on, wrapping him up and taking him down. Timeout's going to be called inside the own 10-yard line. Kellogg was taken down on the sack. Oh, that was Easton Hochstein again. Those Hochsteins are having one heck of a day. Easton and Brady both just going off right now. Timeout going to be called. It's going to be 4th and about 20, looks like. Going to snap it from their own 10-yard line are the Tigers. Cedar Catholic, you got to assume they're going to be going for the block here. Looks like the officials are saying 39 seconds on the clock is what they're going to give them. (36-6) your score once again. Cedar going to have a chance here, but they are out of timeouts now. That was their last one. Once again, brought to you by Top Crop. Maximize your success this season with top-notch crop consulting and services offered at Top Crop. Visit topcropinc.com. Cedar will have no timeouts and likely about 30 seconds of offense. And they're going to be sending everybody trying to block this kick. Only one man back deep for him. That's Hunter Benson. Normally Cedar sends back 2, so they have a blocker in front of their returner, which has worked well for them. This time, they've got everybody right up at the line of scrimmage. They are coming after Park Loftus. There's the snap. They are coming after him. They're in the backfield. Nearly got it. It's not going to be a very good kick, however. The kick only took 3 seconds off the clock, and it goes right out of bounds on the far sideline. This is going to be inside the 30. Where are they going to mark it at? Right at the 30. Right at the 30-yard line. Cedar is going to be. Now, Cedar, their last time out, their last offensive play, was a 30-yard touchdown run. So they are certainly within striking distance. And Cedar already has had a 37-yard field goal as well. They kicked from the 20-yard line to start off this game, their first score of the game, and made it. So they're really only about 5-10 yards away from field goal range if they can get there. But once again, no timeouts. All right, 1st and 10 Cedar. They're going to have Easton Hochstein splitting out to the left in motion. Haberer drops back to throw. He's going to fire toward the end zone, and it is picked. Picked inside the 5-yard line, and that's about going to do it for the half. 29 seconds on the clock.
Haberer's pass is picked off.
At the 4-yard line, Tekamah-Herman going to snap this ball. No timeouts for Cedar. We'll see what they decide to do here. But they're inside their own 4-yard line. If I was them, I'd probably just kneel at once and go into the halftime locker room. 36-6 is your score in the final 29 seconds. Cedar up 30 going into the locker room as it currently stands. We'll see what Tekamah-Herman wants to do. They do have one timeout, but 96 yards to go to find the end zone. They're going to line up under center. Cash Kellogg has been operating out of the pistol, and he is going to try running up the middle. No gain. Kellogg taken down at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a yard. No, give me a yard. Give me a yard. So it'll be 2nd and 9. Cash Kellogg forward for 1 yard, and that will do it for the first half. The Tigers taking their time, getting up. 5 seconds left. Yep, that is going to do it for the first half. Hartington Cedar Catholic leads at the end of the first half, 36-6 over Tekamah-Herman. I'm Tehl Tanner. You've been listening to our Game of the Week, Part 2. Part 1 earlier today with a 50-16 win, Hartington Newcastle over Niobrara Verdigris. Their homecoming, Cedar's homecoming. They're having a good time here in Hartington. We'll take 3 minutes. We'll come back, go through our first half stats. You're listening to Northeast Nebraska football on KYN TV.
Mount Marty is committed to excellence in nursing.
We really go the extra mile to care for our students as a whole person. My name is Crystal Diedrichsen. I am an associate professor of nursing at Mount Marty. As a Catholic Benedictine university, we can incorporate God and prayer in our regular classwork and interactions with students. And in addition to that, we care about the students in other aspects of their lives.
Start your journey at mountmarty.edu.
From sunup to well after sundown, the life of a farmer is a matter of choices, and you have the choice to make the right decisions for your operation to succeed. The power is in your hands. At Security Bank, our lenders recognize the need to better understand your numbers and come up with a plan to keep your operation moving forward. You make the decisions. We make the tools to make those decisions easier. Security Bank, the right choice for the future of your operation. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
When it comes to Friday night football, teamwork makes the difference. And when it comes to your fields, trust Christensen Well and Irrigation, your local Ranky dealer. From wells and pumps to irrigation systems, Christensen Well has the experience and service you can count on to keep your operation running strong. This season, keep your crops in winning shape with the field leader in irrigation. Christensen Well and Irrigation in Hartington, a proud supporter of our area student athletes. Farmers, are you ready to maximize your success this season? At Top Crop, they've got you covered with unbeatable deals and top quality products. Take advantage of true 0% extended terms with no discount sacrificed. Get flat acre pricing on corn for unbeatable value. Keep your corn clean and strong with Viptera corn and plant the industry's leading E3 and Extend Flex soybeans for the best yields yet. Don't wait. Visit topcropinc.com or give them a call today. Top Crop, where you grow more.
With so many choices for students out there, life can become quite hectic. From choosing the right school to managing your finances, it can be hard to keep it all in check. Bank of Hartington is here to help you take the worry out of your finances. Our free Student Club checking includes all the features and benefits you'll need to start life out on the right path without the worry of hidden fees and charges. So if you're ready to enter that next stage of life, work with a fifth-generation bank who's had their roots planted firmly in Northeast Nebraska since 1934. Contact us today. Bank of Hartington, equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Whether it's Friday night lights or Saturday game days, around here football is more than just a game. It's tradition. And just like your favorite team, Kaiser Ag and Irrigation works hard year-round to keep things running strong. From reliable Zematic pivots to trusted local service, we're here to help your operation perform at its best. This season and every season, count on a winning team in your field. Give them a call or stop into Kaiser Ag and Irrigation in Hartington, your local Zematic by Lindsay dealer, and a proud supporter of our student athletes.
36-6 as we start off our halftime show from Christensen Well and Irrigation, who built on 50 years of experience in the water well drilling industry, and your local TL Irrigation Systems dealer. Visit them on Facebook or at christensenwell.com. We'll run through our scoring plays here in our first segment of our halftime show, and it was a monster first half from Brady Hochstein. 140 yards on the ground and 3 touchdowns on 8 carries. 8 carries, 140 yards on the ground on 8 carries and 3 touchdowns. Now, the stats I'm going to give you, by the way, through halftime, unofficial. These are stats I keep myself throughout the game, but they are fairly accurate. They're there to give you an idea of kind of what's going on, but they are fairly accurate to the first half. Once again, 143 touchdowns on 8 carries for Brady Hochstein. And that's just one of the Cedar Catholic players that had a really good first half. We're going to roll through all those stats a little later, but right now we're going to go ahead and run through our scoring plays and how we got here. The game started off with Tekamah-Herman on offense. They go 3 and out, give the ball to Cedar. Cedar goes down the field, and they are stuffed at the 20-yard line. They kick it, a 37-yard field goal from Jared Rutar to make it 3-0 with 7:45 left in the first quarter. With 4:49 left in the first quarter, it was Tekamah-Herman's lone touchdown of the game, a 37-yard touchdown pass. Cash Kellogg, way downfield, ends up finding Landon Miller, the senior wide receiver, for 37 yards in the score. The 2-point conversion, no good. At that point, they led 6-3. And then, in the expiring moments of the first quarter, Cedar's drive started at the 27-yard line with 10 seconds on the clock, and they run at 73 yards. A 73-yard touchdown run by Brady Hochstein. That was his first big carry of the game, his second carry of the afternoon. And that gave Cedar the lead at 10-6 at the end of the first quarter. That run was as time expired. Then in the second quarter, 4 touchdowns for Cedar, back to back to back to back. Cedar trailed this game 6-3 with 10 seconds left in the first. At halftime, they lead 36-6. Those 4 touchdown runs in the second quarter. 20-yard touchdown run, Brady Hochstein. 18-yard touchdown run, Micah Cotto. 12-yard touchdown run, Brady Hochstein. 30-yard touchdown run, Easton Hochstein. 36-6, halftime score. We'll take a moment. We're going to come back here in a couple of minutes and roll through our game stats today for both of these programs. We'll also go over our out-of-town scoreboard here in a little bit. You're listening to Hartington Cedar Catholic Football on KYN TV.
Credit union people are my people. Dreaming big, keeping life simple. Saving smart, living free at Explorers Credit Union. You're just like me. We chart new trails, we stand tall. Together we rise, together we call. Credit union people are my people, it's true. And I found my crew at Explorers CU. Federally insured by NCUA. Visit explorerscu.com to join the journey today.
Mount Marty is committed to excellence in nursing.
We really go the extra mile to care for our students as a whole person. My name is Crystal Diedrichsen. I am an associate professor of nursing at Mount Marty. As a Catholic Benedictine university, we can incorporate God and prayer in our regular classwork and interactions with students. And in addition to that, we care about the students in other aspects of their lives.
Start your journey at mountmarty.edu.
From sunup to well after sundown, the life of a farmer is a matter of choices, and you have the choice to make the right decisions for your operation to succeed. The power is in your hands. At Security Bank, our lenders recognize the need to better understand your numbers and come up with a plan to keep your operation moving forward. You make the decisions. We make the tools to make those decisions easier. Security Bank, the right choice for the future of your operation. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Irrigation, who needs it? After this wet summer, maybe that thought has crossed your mind. Every growing year is different. Christensen Well and Irrigation wants to help you prepare for the seasons ahead. They recommend pulling your irrigation pump if it's been in the ground 20 years or more. Assessing your pump during the fall and winter avoids breakdowns during the growing season. Call 402-254-6809 or visit christensenwell.com. Christensen Well and Irrigation of Hartington and Wakefield is a certified Renke Irrigation Systems dealer. Farmers, are you ready to maximize your success this season? At Top Crop, they've got you covered with unbeatable deals and top quality products. Take advantage of true 0% extended terms with no discount sacrificed. Get flat acre pricing on corn for unbeatable value. Keep your corn clean and strong with Viptera corn and plant the industry's leading E3 and Extend Flex soybeans for the best yields yet. Don't wait. Visit topcropinc.com or give them a call today. Top Crop, where you grow more.
All right, 5:39. Before we start off this second half, 36-6, the score of this ball game. Let's go ahead and go through our game stats today here on our halftime show from Christensen Well and Irrigation, built on over 50 years of experience in the water well drilling industry and your local TL Irrigation Systems dealer. Visit them on Facebook or at christensenwell.com. So we'll roll through it. We'll start it off with Tekamah-Herman. Once again, the score 36-6 Cedar. Larson, their starting running back at the end of the first half, he ended up having 9 carries for 9 yards. Cedar is really bottling up the starting running back for Tekamah-Herman. 9 carries, 9 yards, and 3 negative runs in there, with 1 for no gain and 3 runs of 1 yard as well. Loftus has a run of -1, and then Kellogg, the quarterback, sacks count against for him, so he is in the negatives in rushing as well, as he's taken 3 sacks. Kellogg throwing the ball is 6 of 13 for 88 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. That touchdown was to Miller, Landon Miller, who caught a 37-yard touchdown pass in that first quarter. Roger Wright caught a 39-yard pass to set up that touchdown on that same drive in the first quarter. Loftus has 2 catches for 4 yards, 1 for nothing, 1 for 4. That is Park Loftus, by the way. Lane Loftus also has a single catch of 5 yards. And then looks like Cooper Kerr, also has a catch for 3 yards. On the other end for Hartington Cedar Catholic, it's Brady Hochstein once again leading everybody today. 140 yards on the ground with 2 touchdowns on only 8 carries. It is incredible what he is doing right now. 140 yards, 8 carries. He is averaging 17.5 yards a carry through the half. That is incredible numbers for Hochstein. Micah Cotto, who did go down with an injury at the end of that first half, and his pads are still sitting on the bench in the near sideline. He has not put them on during halftime, so I'm going to go ahead and say we do not expect to see him in the second half. He did end up with 54 yards on the ground and a score of 18 yards out, a rushing score. And Easton Hochstein on 4 carries, also with a crazy average. He has 70 yards on the ground and a touchdown run of 30 yards as well. Only 1 completed pass today. It went to Bodie Hochstein. Hochstein's really getting involved today. Was a screen of 10 yards on the first pass attempt of the game for Haber. And that is your halftime stats. Also, 2 interceptions today for the Cedar defense. Interceptions by Hunter Kukta and Mike Cotto. All right, that's your stats at halftime. We're going to go ahead and take one final break, come back, go through our out-of-town scoreboard, and start the second half. You're listening to Cedar Catholic Trojan Football on KYN TV.
With so many choices for students out there, life can become quite hectic. From choosing the right school to managing your finances, it can be hard to keep it all in check. Bank of Hartington is here to help you take the worry out of your finances. Our free Student Club checking includes all the features and benefits you'll need to start life out on the right path without the worry of hidden fees and charges. So if you're ready to enter that next stage of life, work with a 5th-generation bank who's had their roots planted firmly in Northeast Nebraska since 1934. Contact us today. Bank of Hartington, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Whether it's Friday night lights or Saturday game days, around here football is more than just a game. It's tradition. And just like your favorite team, Kaiser Ag and Irrigation works hard year-round to keep things running strong. From reliable Zematic pivots to trusted local service, we're here to help your operation perform at its best. This season and every season, count on a winning team in your field. Give them a call or stop into Kaiser Ag and Irrigation in Hartington, your local Zematic by Lindsay dealer, and a proud supporter of our student athletes.
Credit union people are my people. Dreaming big, keeping life simple. Saving smart, living free at Explorers Credit Union. You're just like me. We chart new trails, we stand tall. Together we rise, together we call. Credit union people are my people, it's true. And I found my crew at Explorers CU. Federally insured by NCUA. Visit explorerscu.com to join the journey today.
From sunup to well after sundown, the life of a farmer is a matter of choices, and you have the choice to make the right decisions for your operation to succeed. The power is in your hands. At Security Bank, our lenders recognize the need to better understand your numbers and come up with a plan to keep your operation moving forward. You make the decisions. We make the tools to make those decisions easier. Security Bank, the right choice for the future of your operation. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
When it comes to Friday night football, teamwork makes the difference. And when it comes to your fields, trust Christensen Well and Irrigation, your local Ranky dealer. From wells and pumps to irrigation systems, Christensen Well has the experience and service you can count on to keep your operation running strong. This season, keep your crops in winning shape with the field leader in irrigation. Christensen Well and Irrigation in Hartington, a proud supporter of our area student athletes. Farmers, are you ready to maximize your success this season? At Top Crop, they've got you covered with unbeatable deals and top quality products. Take advantage of true 0% extended terms with no discount sacrificed. Get flat acre pricing on corn for unbeatable value. Keep your corn clean and strong with Viptera corn and plant the industry's leading E3 and Extend Flex soybeans for the best yields yet. Don't wait. Visit topcropinc.com or give them a call today. Top Crop, where you grow more.
All right, let's go ahead and finish up our halftime show here from Christensen Well and Irrigation as we roll through our out-of-town scoreboard now from the Bank of Hartington. Where other banks have their branches, Bank of Hartington has their roots. So let's roll through other scores here in Class C2. Minden and Kearney Catholic are tied at 7. There's a minute left in the first half. UTAN is beaten Conestoga 42-6 at halftime. Ord over Broken Bow 28-0, 1 minute left before half. Louisville over Palmyra 21-7, 2 minutes left in the first quarter. Norfolk Catholic is leading Arlington 28-0, a minute left before halftime. Looks like West Point Beamer over North Bend Central 27-12. So we could find any other semi-local schools or top-ranked schools. Number 5, Boone Central over Receiving Votes, Wood River, 21-7. Archbishop Bergen over Battle Creek, 20-0 at half. Number 1, Archbishop Newman is leading Hastings St. Cecilia, 23-0. And number 7, O'Neill leads Ponca, 35-0. Let's go to Class D1 here, as there's a score area fans might be interested in, as we got to check out that Crofton-Bloomfield score. And, yep, we knew we were in for a doozy, and we are exactly that. Bloomfield leads Crofton 8-6 at the end of the first half. 2-point conversions might just win that game for whoever does it. Both teams go for 2 every time. And both offense struggling right now. The defense is taking control. Those 2.5-yard plays, they might be the game there. That's a big one going on over in Crofton right now. That's a top 5 matchup. Number 3 versus number 4. We'll keep you updated on that throughout the evening. I do expect our game to finish well before that one, however. We might not have a final score when it's all said and done, but we'll do our best. All right, we are ready to start second half action now. Hartington Cedar Catholic once again. They are going to receive the second half kick, and they lead this game by 30 points. 36-6 was your halftime score. And I enjoyed my halftime because I ate a burger. Burgers are good. Good cheeseburgers. Everybody always says you got to have a hot dog at a ballpark. And don't get me wrong, I'm not disputing that, but I'm a burger man myself. I enjoy the burger more. Second half is underway. Kickoff is going to go out of bounds. So Cedar Catholic's going to get good field position to start things off. Went out of bounds at about the 25. Well, I guess they got to decide if they want to re-kick or just take it near the 40. Or the 30, excuse me. Now 35. There we go. All right, now they're sending it down. 36-6 once again at your score. 35-yard line for Cedar Catholic. Going to start things off with trips right in tight. 3 men standing, wide receivers to the right. Haber going to start things throwing. He's going downfield. It's only his second completed pass of the game, but he does find a man for a 14-yard gain. Looks like that was Mason Baller who dropped that touchdown at the end of the first half. Haber had a bit of a struggle of a first half. He only went 1 for 7 for 10 yards and an interception. So it's encouraging to see them throw it right out of halftime and go for 14 yards. That is certainly something they want to work on going into next week. It's getting that passing game going. They ran the ball just about as well as you could hope, but you want to throw it well. Hand off fullback this time, going down the field again. Hochstein's going to take it for 10 yards. Brady Hochstein, who once again had 140 yards and 2 touchdowns on 8 carries in the first half, takes that one for 9. So second and short here after the 9-yard gain. 11:20 on the clock. 40 seconds have passed here in the second half. Cedar driving downfield. They're at the 42-yard line, now in opposing territory after that last run from Hochstein. Going to fake to Hochstein again, looking to throw. Throw over to the right sideline. Off the fingertips of the intended receiver in Graham Potts. So it'll be third and short, actually, after the incompletion. Haber breaks the huddle, and we're going to line up in the I. One man wide to the left. That's Hunter Benson. The Hochsteins in the backfield. They're going to give it to Easton. Easton breaks a tackle, goes for the first down. He's going to run it for about 7. 1st and 10, Trojans. It's actually the shortest run of the game for Hochstein. He had 70 yards and a touchdown on 4 carries in the first half. Those 4 carries, 13, 13, 14, 30. That 30 was the touchdown run. So 1st and 10 for the Trojans now, working out of the I once again. Easton Hochstein is the tailback. Brady the fullback. Benson out wide to the left. 2 tight ends off the left side of the line. They're going to give it to the tailback, Easton Hochstein. He's going to go for another good run. This one about 8. Went down just in bounds, but 15 yards in the second half now for Easton Hochstein. Update on Mike Ocado. I do see him sitting on the near bench. Still no pads on. Certainly expect him to be done for the day. Hopefully they get good news about him for next week. But currently Cedar is without Brighton Whitmire, who is not playing tonight, and now Mike Ocado, 2 of their top running backs out. But these 2 Hochsteins are really, really playing well today. This running back room is deep. Haber drops back to pass. He's going to scramble with it instead, and he's off to the races. He's downfield. 10-5, touchdown. Cedar Catholic from 27 yards out. 27-yard touchdown run on the scramble from Haber. That is his first run of the game. Haber, 27-yard touchdown run. And Cedar Catholic all of a sudden leads 42-6. And the lead is north of 35 now, which will enact the mercy rule. Lead is 36 points. When a team is up 35 points in the second half, we will have a running clock. So that will be enacted on the start of the next drive. As Jared Rutar is back in to attempt the point after. Kick is up, and it is good. Looked like it was drifting to the right, just got in that right upright. 43-6 your score, 9:37 on the clock in this third quarter. Back in 30 seconds, Cedar Catholic leads 43-6 on KYN TV.
Farmers, are you ready to maximize your success this season? At Top Crop, they've got you covered with unbeatable deals and top quality products. Take advantage of true 0% extended terms with no discount sacrificed. Get flat acre pricing on corn for unbeatable value. Keep your corn clean and strong with Viptera corn and plant the industry's leading E3 and Extend Flex soybeans for the best yields yet. Don't wait. Visit topcropinc.com or give them a call today. Top Crop, where you grow more.
So 9:37 on the clock and a 27-yard touchdown run from Grady Haber, the quarterback of the Trojans, who scrambled for that one and just went off to the races. That was a very quick scramble, showing the wheels there, and it's 43-6 now. And that will enact the running clock. So we'll explain the rules of the Mercy Rule running clock. When a team leads by 35 points in the second half of Class C2 Nebraska football, the running clock is enacted, which means the clock will only now stop on timeouts, touchdowns, and official stoppages of play, such as penalties. And that is it. Good return out to the 30-yard line for Tekamah-Herman. And Tekamah-Herman can get rid of the running clock, by the way, if they get the score under 35 points. And it is only a 37-point spread right at the moment. So with any score on this drive, that running clock will be taken away. But right now, even now, the clock is running. Despite the clock's not running right now, but it should be running here. Officials are saying run the clock. We are in a running clock. We are in a running clock. Got it going now. Got the scoreboard operator sleeping. That's all right. It is going. And we are ready to go. 1st and 10. Quick throw to the near sideline, and it is nearly picked. Oh, Hunter Benson knocked that one away. Good coverage from the junior. And, oh no, another player down. This is a Tiger of Tekamah-Herman. Down on the field, I believe that is Will Jones. Yes, it is. Will Jones now sitting up, and he's trying to get up. Staying in a kneeling position. 9 minutes on the clock. The clock is stopped. This is one of those times where it will stop. So officials are checking on that young man. He is sitting up, talking to coaches and trainers. But that first down play, tried a quick out of about 5 yards to the right side, going to the near sideline as Tekamah-Herman goes left to right. It was knocked down by Hunter Benson. As the young man is helped to his feet, Will Jones is up, and he does have an arm around his coach and getting a little bit of support as he walks to the near sideline, favoring that left leg. And we'll resume play. 43-6 your score. 2nd and 10 after the incompletion. Kellogg hands it off to his fullback and instantly taken down right away. And flags are going to fly on Cedar Catholic. Yeah. Parker Loftus, the ball carrier, and after he was gone, a Cedar Catholic player right at the end of it, instead of just getting up, he kind of pushed him back down to help himself up, and just got up by pushing off of the guy and kind of forced him back into the ground. So that's going to be unsportsmanlike on the defense. It's not necessary when you're up 43-6. Yep, personal foul on the defense. They're going to walk off 15 yards. So that'll take them to the 44-yard line in own territory. 8:32 left in the third quarter, 43-6 score. Tekamah-Herman, fresh set of downs as well. That is an automatic first. They got it by the yardage anyway. Two wide receivers left to right. Quick throw to the right side, and it is picked. Oh, no, he got it. Oh, and then there should be Cedar's looking for the intercept or for the flag now, and unsportsmanlike, as the Tekamah-Herman player, after getting up with the football, spiked it. He ended up taking a loss of 4 yards, and he got up and spiked the football, and spiking the football is absolutely a penalty. No call from the official, giving him a little bit of leeway with the score being the way it is. But that will bring up second and long, 2nd and 14, after the completed pass for -4 yards. It was a bang-bang play. It was two players right next to each other, both with a shot at it. Hunter Benson, I thought, intercepted it, but it was the offensive player who came down with it. They're going to throw again, going deep right away. Good deep ball. In and out of the hands of the intended receiver. Josh Pinkelman just dropped a touchdown. He had it. Oh, man, that was a great ball. Josh Pinkelman, credit the route and the speed. He was able to beat double coverage. There were 2 Trojans on him, and he just went straight down the field, past both of them. A very good opportunity. Just couldn't quite haul it in off the hands. Close one there for Tekamah-Herman. That'll bring up 3rd and 14 now. So 3rd and 14, 6:50 on the clock and counting. Kellogg back to throw. Rushes on, scrambles to his left. Gets away from pressure. He's got to get rid of the football. Trying to stay on his feet, making a play on 3rd down, and might have lost the football at the end of that play. He goes down for the sack. Loss of about 3 or 4 yards. Looks like they blew it dead before the ball came out. There is a Trojan slow to get up here. That's Will Steffen, who gets up slowly and does trot off the field, which is good to see, but a couple of Trojans have gotten injured today. We've already seen Mike Ocado lost for the game. Hunter Benson is now on the near sideline. He got up slowly after that bang-bang catch near interception, and now Will Steffen a little shaken up as well. But it is 4th down after another loss of 4 here for Kellogg. That will go in the books as a sack. Under 6 to play, and they're punting. Tekamah-Herman's punt, high end-over-end kick. It's going to be brought in at the 32-yard line. Cedar going to fight forward for a few yards and still fighting. Gain of about 15 on the return back to the 47-yard line in their own territory. So 43-6 once again. Your score and change of possession now. Cedar Catholic with the football. Trojans leading by 37 here. They're going to work down the field. First carry takes them across midfield into opposing territory. It'll be Brady Hochstein with a run of 8. Maybe 7 there, yeah. So 7 there for Hochstein. I formation. Wide receiver on either side of the line. I formation, handoff. Easton Hochstein. Nope, that's Brady again. Brady Hochstein bouncing off of would-be tacklers. He's going to work downfield. Gain of 13. Another 13 yards for Hochstein is he's over 150 in the day. I think he's got about 170 yards unofficially on 11 carries with 2 touchdowns in there. 3 touchdowns in there, excuse me. 3 touchdowns. I think I was saying 2 touchdowns at half. He does have 3. Another good run from Brady Hochstein. Another first down run of about 12 here. Just keeps churning the legs, keeps going. Should be about 10 yards away from 200 in the day. Just impressive what he has done. Yeah, should be just under 10 yards away from 200 in the game. These are stats I'm keeping myself once again. Unofficial, but fairly accurate, just to give you an idea of where players are at. Brady Hochstein, the tailback. They're going to go to the fullback this time. That's Easton Hochstein, who's going up the middle. He's going to go inside of the 15, near the first down marker. Another decent run from Easton Hochstein, who had 70 yards and a touchdown at half. He's got 85 to this point, and then that run of 9 will get him up to about 94 in the game. Second and short here for Cedar Catholic. Hochstein's in the backfield. Haberer takes the snap. He's going to go to the tailback. Going right up the middle again. First down run. Looks like that was number 25 this time. Hudson Whitmire. Our first look at him tonight. And it looks like he got to the 10-yard line. It'll be first and goal, and should be a gain of about 4 there. So first and goal. Whitmire, the tailback. Hudson Whitmire. They're going to go to him, going off the right side. He's trying to bounce it to the outside, trying to get the pylon. He's going to go down inside the 5-yard line. Second and goal. Out. That first and goal play from the 10. Mark him just inside the 5. Gain of about 5.5 there. Quick substitutions. Under 2 minutes to play in the third. A quick moving third quarter, as expected with the running clock. Cedar knocking on the door of another score. Whitmire, the tailback, they're going to give it to him. Great blocking, and he goes into the end zone untouched off the right side. Touchdown Hudson Whitmire, 49-6, your score, 1:37 on the clock. That's a 4-yard touchdown run. Going for 2 here is Cedar, up 49-6. They got a backup quarterback in the game. They're going to throw it in the end zone, and it is incomplete, knocked away. Throwing that football was Abram Steffen. 1 minute, 37 seconds left in the third quarter. Cedar bringing in the backups. We'll take a 30-second timeout. We'll come back. Tekamah-Herman ball when we return.
With so many choices for students out there, life can become quite hectic. From choosing the right school to managing your finances, it can be hard to keep it all in check. Bank of Hartington is here to help you take the worry out of your finances. Our free Student Club checking includes all the features and benefits you'll need to start life out on the right path without the worry of hidden fees and charges. So if you're ready to enter that next stage of life, work with a 5th-generation bank who's had their roots planted firmly in Northeast Nebraska since 1934. Contact us today. Bank of Hartington, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
1 minute and 37 seconds left in the third quarter of this ball game. Hartington Cedar Catholic leads over Tekamah-Herman. The Trojans over the Tigers here on KYN TV, YouTube, streaming live here on Hot Country 93.1 Facebook as well. Northeast Nebraska games of the week today as we had double homecoming here in Hartington. Hartington-Newcastle won their game 50-16 over Niobrara Verdigris, and Hartington-Cedar Catholic as well on their way to a homecoming victory as well, leading 49-6 with a minute and a half to go in the third quarter. Trojans going to kick this one down the field, bounce at the 15, and then through the legs of the return man. He's going to pick it up at the 10, but the Trojans are already on him as he gets to the 15. Short return out to about the 16-yard line. And that is where Tekamah-Herman will start things on offense. And once again, a running clock here. That was the 7th rushing touchdown of the game, by the way, for Hartington-Cedar Catholic, was the 4-yard touchdown run by Hudson Whitmire. Make it 49-6. Trojans lead the ball game by 43 here, and a running clock will be enacted as long as they lead by 35 or more. Tekamah-Herman only has to snap the ball one time if they want to take us to the fourth quarter. Clock is at 40 seconds right now as they break the huddle. Cash Kellogg takes the snap, high snap, but he's able to get the pitch away to a jet sweep, and Cedar read that perfectly. That's number 75, Trayton Dendiger, who gets the TFL. Going backwards there was Roger Wright. Loss of 5. And doesn't look like they are going to snap it. We're going to take it to the end of the third quarter. So 49-6 is your score at the end of 3. Cedar on top of this ball game. We're going to go ahead and take a 60-second break at the end of the quarter. We'll return after this, start the final stanza. Cedar well on their way to another homecoming victory. Back in 60 seconds on KYN TV.
Whether it's Friday night lights or Saturday game days, around here football is more than just a game. It's tradition. And just like your favorite team, Kaiser Ag and Irrigation works hard year-round to keep things running strong. From reliable Zematic pivots to trusted local service, we're here to help your operation perform at its best. This season and every season, count on a winning team in your field. Give them a call or stop into Kaiser Ag and Irrigation in Hartington, your local Zematic by Lindsay dealer, and a proud supporter of our student athletes.
(49-6) the score as we start off the fourth quarter. I'm Tehl Tanner here for KYN TV, streaming live on YouTube here tonight, as well as Hot Country 93.1's Facebook for regular season Northeast Nebraska football. And it'll be second and about 15, maybe 16 here for Tekamah-Herman. Run up the middle, short gain, maybe 1 yard. Loftus, 1 yard there. So 3rd and 15 now, after that loss of 6 on the first play of the drive. 3rd and very long. Cedar Catholic once again has rested their starters. A job well done on homecoming. Tekamah-Herman in the pistol. Kellogg takes the snap, looking deep, throws, nobody home. Miscommunication with Landon Miller. Miller ran a curl route, stomped about 10 yards downfield. Quarterback Kellogg aired it out downfield, about 20 yards downfield. So over everybody's head, and that'll bring up 4th down, 4th and 15, and punting time. Running clock here in the 4th quarter again, despite the incompletion. Short kick, gonna bounce, stay in bounds somehow across midfield, picked up by the Trojans. They're gonna take it moving right, big tackle. Hudson Whitmire taken down just across the 40-yard line in Cedar's own territory. I believe that was Cooper Kerr with the tackle. So 1st and 10, 10-10 on the clock, 49-6. Cedar starts their drive. Reserves in the game. We'll call them out best we can here in the final moments. Looks like that's going to be Hudson Whitmire, the freshman running back on the carry. He's going to take that for 6 to start things off. Last time Hudson Whitmire was out, he had a 4-yard touchdown run on the last possession for the Trojans, finished off that drive. Second and 4, they're gonna go to the fullback this time. Taken down at the line of scrimmage is Hudson Deniger. So 9:20 on the clock here. Running clock. Approaching the end of this homecoming game in Hartington. 49-6 your score. Cedar Catholic, I formation. They're going to hand off tailback. And going backwards are the Trojans here. Whitmire goes backwards. Forward progress. So they're not going to give him forward progress. Okay, so he's going to get a loss of 4. It'll be 4th and... No, it's loss of 5, so 4th and 9 now. Loss of 5 yards. 8:35 on the clock. They're going to punt this one away. We'll check some out-of-town scores here in the final moments. Continue to keep you updated on this game in front of us, of course. Check some out-of-town scores, see what's going on as Cedar is set to punt. I think that is Hudson Whitmire to punt, I believe. Take the snap. Yep, Whitmire is punting, and he'll get it away. It'll bounce at the 30-yard line. Takes a Cedar Catholic bounce nearly to the 20, and it almost even touched the return man or the Tigers, but not quite. Tigers will take over at their own 21-yard line. So take a look at other C2 scores here this evening. Looks like, find some local games here. Norfolk Catholic leads Arlington 35-0 midway through the 3rd. Boone Central over Wood River 40-7. Looks like Bishop Newman over Hastings St. Cecilia 23-0. O'Neill over Ponca 49-0. These are all at halftime. Let's go to Class D1, the big matchup in the area between Crofton and Bloomfield. Top 5 matchup in Class D1. And that is still at halftime, looks like. 8-6 is your score. Bloomfield leads by 2 over Crofton. I'd expect it's one of those games where it's going to be truly 2-point conversions. Whichever team's able to get them in might win that one. First carry of the game for Noah Hart. Starting things off for Tekamah-Herman. Going to go backwards here. Loss of about 4 here. 2nd down. 6:25 on the clock and counting. Clock has not stopped yet in the fourth quarter. Good run that time for Noah Hart. Run of nearly 10 yards. I think they'll give him 9 here. Maybe only 8. But it is still third down, 3rd and 8. For the Tigers here, under 6 minutes to play, running clock. Snap on 3rd and 8. Kellogg rolling to his right, pressure's on, trying to get away from it and just can't. He is buried. Another big sack on 3rd down for Cedar Catholic. Couple of red jerseys in the area. I think that was Jake Holbenheinrich who ended up getting the sack in the end. Holbenheinrich, his first sack of the game, 5:10 on the clock. And should be punt formation incoming for the Tigers. So back deep here is Hudson Whitmire to return this kick, and it's going to be out of bounds. Looks like there was some miscommunication on the Trojans there late game. Only 10 players on the field. Cedar's figuring it out right now. So we are under 5 minutes to play. Cedar Catholic's going to get the ball, looks like, at the 36-yard line of the opponent with 4.5 to go. Clock is still moving. And here comes the 11th player for Cedar Catholic. When you get in these late game situations, second, third team out there, it can get a little confusing who's where. So 1st and 10, I formation. Pitch to the outside. Whitmire, stutter step, trying to turn a corner. Going to get across the 30, nearer the first down marker. This is going to be a run of about 9. Whitmire does have a touchdown in this game of 4 yards. He's got about 30 yards on the ground as well. And they'll give him 10 there. Give him the full 10. About 30 yards on the ground for Hudson Whitmire on 6 carries. Whitmire going to his left, now cutting upfield, going back, making another good move inside the 10. Before he goes down near the goal line, touched the pylon. Did he step out first? They're going to mark him inside of the 5. So 3 minutes to go. Another good run from Whitmire. Whitmire somewhere around 50 yards on the ground here. On late in the half. Came in with about 2 minutes to go in the 3rd. Whitmire moving to his right, turning upfield. Gonna go down. Tackled at the line of scrimmage. Couldn't get in there. 2nd down. Maybe moving forward a half a yard, but that's all. Under 2.5 to play. Cedar in a goal-to-go situation. I don't think they can run out the clock. No, they're already on 2nd down. They can't run out the clock, so probably going to score once more here if they can. Abram Steffen at quarterback. He's in the under center. He'll hand it to his fullback, and that's a touchdown. Now, who got that one in? Looks like that is, yeah, that's Denninger. Hudson Denninger, the sophomore, runs that one in. That'll make it 55-6 with 2:10 on the clock. 2-point conversion attempt. Good. Running it off the left side. They'll get that in as well. That was Whitmire. All right, so we're going to go ahead and take one final break here on this game of the week for Nebraska football. We'll come back here in about 30 seconds and probably wrap things up. Back here in 30 on K1 TV.
If you want a job where your work matters, you belong at Avera. Here, we've invested in our workforce because every Avera team member drives our health ministry forward, making a difference in lives and communities every day. We offer competitive pay, great health insurance, and even career opportunities. We're putting people first, including you. Search for local job openings and apply at avera.org/careers.
(57-6) the score with 2 minutes and 10 seconds left in a running clock. Likely about to finish up this game, so we're going to run through our stats here at the end of this game. We'll give out our player of the game after the final buzzer blows. But we got to thank a few of our sponsors here in this final drive. Tekamah-Herman going to take this kick from the 20. They're going to bring it out to near the 30, dancing at traffic and breaking free to the 35. Now the 40. A good return out to the 44-yard line, dancing through traffic the entire way. Looks like that was, I believe that was Roger Wright. Yeah, it was Roger Wright with a good return out to the 44-yard line. All right, under a minute 45 to play. So thank our sponsor in Security Bank. Score big with all the products and services offered as Security Bank. That's my kind of bank. We'll roll through our out-of-town scoreboard here in a moment. First, we'll roll through our final game stats here for Cedar Catholic as Tekamah-Herman. They've got a huddle on the far sideline, and I think we're going to call a timeout. Timeout. All right, timeout will stop the clock with a minute 21 to go. They're arranging some players to come out for the final snaps, it looks like. So while they do that, we'll run through our final stats here. Once again, Brady Hochstein had 140 yards at halftime and those 3 touchdowns. He will end with 3 touchdowns, and adding up his final yardage here, he only had 4 carries in the second half for 9, 7, 13, and 12. So I got him at about 181 in the ball game. 181 with 3 touchdowns, a run of 73, 20, and 12 for his 3 touchdowns. Mike Ocado ended the game before halftime, 54 yards and a score as well. Grady Haberer had a rushing touchdown, 27 yards. Easton Hochstein had 94 yards and a touchdown run of 30 as well. 94 yards on 7 carries and a touchdown run of 30. And then it is Hudson Whitmire late in this game getting some carries. He's got about 40 yards and a score as well. That last score came in from Hudson Deniger as well, a run of about 1 yard. Tekamah-Herman taking their final snaps. They're going to run off the left tackle, gain of 1 here for Noah Hart. 2nd and 9, 1:10 on the clock. Got to snap it one more time, does Tekamah-Herman. That's your rushing stats. Grady Haberer, not the best game throwing the ball. Did have 2 completed passes, 1 for 10, 1 for 14. Had an interception in there as well. Those 2 passes, 1 to Ballard for 14, and then Bodie Hochstein for 10. On the other end, those are your stats for Cedar Catholic. On the other end, Larson ended up running 9 carries for 9 yards. Kellogg ended up going 7 for 15. 7 for 15 for 84 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions today. The starting quarterback for Tekamah-Herman, that's Kellogg. Those passes, another short run for no gain with 20 seconds left. Wright ended up with a single catch for 39. Loftus had 2 for 4. Park Loftus. And then Lane Loftus had 1 catch for 5. Cooper Care had 1 for 3, and then Landon Miller had 1 catch for 37 yards and the touchdown. And that is the ball game as the final whistle blows. No more snaps, and Cedar Catholic is victorious on homecoming, 57-6. 57-6. Once again, your final score. Cedar Catholic over Tekamah-Herman. Cedar Catholic will remain an unbeaten 4-0, and the number 2 team ranked in the state of Nebraska right at the moment. They are breathing down the next number 1. This is looking like a really good team here today, running the ball very effectively as long as they can get healthy. The loss of Micah Cotto here today, hopefully they're going to get a good update on him. Brighton Whitmire out today as well. Hopefully those 2 are going to be able to get back on the field sooner rather than later. Certainly hoping for both of those. Also, defensive stats today. I did have 2 interceptions marked for Kellogg. Those brought in for the Trojans. The first one by Hunter Kukta and the second one from Micah Cotto. Those are all of your final stats today. As we finish up the ball game with our Avera player of the game. So our player of the game, provided by Avera, moving health forward. That's pretty easy to go over here today. 180 yards and 3 touchdowns, 140 and 3 touchdowns in the first half, leading Cedar to the 36-6 halftime advantage. Brady Hochstein's got to be the player of the game today. What a day he had, especially with 2 other running backs. He's one of the top 3 that we see getting a lot of carries throughout the season. Hunter Benson obviously getting a lot of carries as well, but Hochstein, second on the team in carries coming into today, and tied for 3rd on the team in yards. Well, I think they're going to give him more carries. I think that is going to be the solution, especially with Whitmire and Cotto both coming back from injury. They can maybe afford to bring them back a little bit slowly now because they've got a couple of really good guys in these 2 Hochsteins. And Easton Hochstein really stepped up today as well. Had about 90 yards, somewhere around 90 yards, and a touchdown run of 30 as well. So that is about going to do it for us today. Take a look at our upcoming schedule. Cedar Catholic will host West Point Beamer next weekend, and then Tekamah-Herman will host North Bend Central next weekend. We here at Riverfront Sports for KYN TV and Hot Country 93.1 Facebook, we're going to be traveling to Crofton for Crofton, Hartington, Newcastle next Friday evening. That is going to be one heck of a game. We'll give you one final update on that Crofton score. I don't have any other big scores updated from the last time we did it, only about 5 minutes ago. No big changes, but if I can give you a Crofton Bloomfield score before we end, that would certainly be good. And yeah, 4 minutes left in the third. Both teams have scored another couple of times. All right, now we're at the end of the third, just updated. 16-12, Bloomfield over Crofton. That is the 3-4 matchup in Class D1. Bloomfield the 3, Crofton the 4, and Bloomfield leads 16-12 over Crofton. That's a good matchup going on in Crofton right now. They're starting the 4th quarter as well, and that is going to do it for us today. Thank you for Cash back at the studio for holding things down and keeping us on air as we say goodnight from Hartington. Double homecoming in the books and 2 wins for the 2 Hartington schools. Hartington Newcastle 50-16, Cedar Catholic 57-6. I've been Tehl Tanner. This has been Northeast Nebraska Game of the Week on KYN TV.
This has been a presentation of Northeast Nebraska High School Athletics on KYN TV, courtesy of Riverfront Sports. Be sure to subscribe to KYN TV on YouTube and hit the notification bell so you never miss a moment when we go live for Northeast Nebraska High School Athletics.